Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a look at an app that you may not know exists, but it's a very useful app. It's called Google Keep. So to access it, you're going to open a new tab, and you're going to go to keep.google.com. And as you can see, the Google Keep looks like a bunch of sticky notes. And I use this a lot. It's everywhere. The cool thing is, it's a great way to take notes if you're watching a video. If you're just doing a quick read of something, you can take your notes and they stay saved in your Google account. And the cool thing is, you can then import them directly to a Google Doc. So we're going to take a look at how to use Google Keep and the variety of functions that it has. So you simply start taking your note by typing here, and it's a regular, just kind of a text note that would probably look something like this, with no, or like this one here as well, with no little boxes. If you want some organization, you can click here to the list, and it'll start giving you check boxes. I'm going to call this one sample. Actually, what we're going to do, instead of a sample here, I'm going to do a practice one called homework. So I'm going to pretend that I'm a student right now. Let's say that I'm going to put my first class where I have homework is going to be my math class. So I'm going to just do a sample here, page 23, numbers 1 through 20, even numbers. For, let's say, for example, in my science class, I have to take Cornell notes on chapter 2. And maybe for ELA, I need to read To Kill a Mockingbird. If you haven't done that yet, you will do that this year. So let's say that this is my homework for tonight. The cool thing is, you notice every time I get to the end of a new, of one of my little notes here, I hit enter and it gives me another one. So it keeps you kind of organized. So let's say that I'm done with it. If I want to make sure that my homework stays at the very top of the page, I click here, the little pin right here, and it keeps it pinned at the very top of the page. Now if I don't do that, if I unpin it, it's going to go down below all the pin ones, and I'm going to have to scroll down a little bit further to find it. So I like to use the pin to keep stuff that I know I'm going to use often here at the top. So what I can do, let's say that I've finished my math, I can easily go ahead and check it, and it crosses it out for me, but it leaves it there. In case there was a mistake, I can always uncheck it, and it comes right back. So a good little way to do some little to-do lists and to stay organized. So probably the best way for you to start is to do a homework note here in Google Keep. Now I'm going to open up this one again, and we're going to look at the reminder features. This is really cool because now it can help remind you to do your homework. We all know that you're going to be on your phone from the time that school leaves to the time you get home and all evening. So what you're going to want to do right now is pause and download the Google Keep app. If you have a Samsung, it's probably already on your phone. You didn't even know it. If you have an iPhone, go to the App Store. It's a free download, and download the Google Keep app. So whatever you put here on the computer, on your Chromebook with Google Keep, it'll show up automatically in your phone. So when you have the app on your phone, you can take advantage of the reminder function, which will then let you set a certain time or even a location that'll remind you. Now, again, it can't make you do your homework. You can see the notification, and then if you just swipe it and keep on Snapchatting, well, it can't make you do your work. But it does help you remember. So we've all been there where we forgot to do our homework. So here's how you go ahead and set a reminder. This little button right here is the Remind Me button. I click there, and the first one I'm going to do is pick a date and time. So let's say we'll put set today. I'm going to go here to Custom, and I'm going to put, let's say, 9:30 p.m. is what I want to be reminded to do my homework. I hit save, and now it shows right here at the very bottom, oops, down here, today at 9:30 p.m. You can set any date you want, any time you want, for it to remind you. So if you're on your phone looking at your phone at that time, your phone will buzz or give you notifications, and this note will pop up. Now the other kind of notification, which is my favorite, is the location-based reminder. So if I click on there, instead of editing here, I'm going to hit the little back arrow, and instead of picking date and time, I pick place. This is going to use Google Maps. So here's a cool thing. If you know your address, put your address. When you get home, your phone will then remind you as soon as you get like within a few feet of your house that it's going to for this note will pop up. It's kind of cool. So for those of you who don't know your address, last year I did work with some students who said, "Oh, Mister, I don't know my address." I go, "Well, where do you live?" And the kid said, "I live at Pizza Planet." I go, "Perfect. Put in Pizza Planet." So at least when you drive or walk by Pizza Planet, let's see, Pizza Planet. Here's a Rossi. So if you live right next to Pizza Planet and you don't know your address, put in a place near your house, and then when you walk or drive by it, it'll remind you that way. So there's really no excuse for not being able to put a location-based reminder. So that is one way to take a note. So let's say, for example, you're taking notes on a video. Let's say you're watching a video in science class about the scientific method. So I can call my note scientific method, and I'm just gonna make some stuff up. So let's say talking about step 1, step 2, step 3. So I'm gonna make some stuff up here because I'm not a scientist. I'm a historian actually. We'll say here hypothesis. Trying to remember back to my science class when I was much younger, many years ago, way back in the 1900s. So let's say here procedure. So if I remember correctly, we have hypothesis, procedure, and I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, so sue me. I'm a history teacher, not a science teacher. I'm just trying to think here. Let's see here, and let's say conclusion. So let's say I took some note on a video or an article about the scientific method. I have it right here, but my teacher is going to make me take these notes and do a writing assignment. Maybe I have to write an essay about the scientific method. Now, there's two ways where you can use your Google Keep notes to help you start writing. The first way is you open up your note and you click or here where it says more, the 3 little dots, and you put copy to Google Docs. So what's going to happen is it's going to create a Google Doc with these notes already on it. So once you see that, it says open doc, and it's already titled, same title, and my notes are already there. Now let's say I do this and then I want to add some more other notes that I have from Google Keep. I'm going to go, once it loads up here, to Tools, and right here it says Keep Notepad. Check this out. Over here on the right, all my Google Keep notes are going to show up. And any notes that I want to bring from Keep onto this document, I can drag it over. So let's say, for example, that I want to add these history notes here. Probably wouldn't do that, but let's say, for example, these notes right here you want to add. So I click on 3 little dots, add to document, and it gets added on in there. So pretty useful there. So again, these are just some tricks to show you how to use Google Keep. Again, if you have any questions, you can ask Mr. Ermi. You can leave a comment here in the comment section of this video, send me an email or a message on Google Hangouts.